Things in American houses that are different to European houses. Number 1, the doors are humongous here. You know how in European houses you can put your towel on the door? This is huge. While we're on the subject of doors, every single door has a lock on it, which I personally love. Plugs have these buttons on them. I'm pretty sure this is off and on. So for example, my hairdryer, if you didn't want to take out the plug, you can just press this button, which I don't really get because there's an on and off button on this hairdryer. But yeah, these are literally on every single thing here, so that's definitely a difference. American houses have this thing. It's not even a normal door stopper, it's literally this spring. Accidentally tripping on this in the middle of the night will wake up your whole entire house. Okay, next, every single house has a pantry. In England, we would just put all of this in our cupboards. Personally, I kind of like this. Every single fridge you see will have water, cubed ice, and crushed ice. Like, that is so bougie. Every single sink has like a machine that grinds everything in the sink. Like, listen to this. I don't know what the purpose is for that, but every single house will have a fan.
American houses are just insane. Have a look at this 110-year-old cottage we're staying in here in Georgia. As you can see, it looks like just a cute little place. Have a look at its own Spanish moss tree right here in the garden. But let me show you what this looks like on the inside. This is absolutely crazy. So as soon as you enter, you've got this lovely living room, perfect for a family. You've got the TV and an actual log fire over here. When you turn left, you have this little room here. It's like a nursery or something, which has its own little TV and a little single bed there. I just don't understand how American houses work. You go around the corner, we have a full living room. Our Airbnb hosts give us a bottle of wine for checking in, which is lovely. Got this lovely dining area here with these archways, and it immediately leads onto this massive modern kitchen, literally ginormous oven, full sink. We've got the classic American fridge freezer stocked with all the groceries you could ever need. And then the first bedroom just in here, a lovely cozy bedroom with views into the garden and a little closet here. And of course it has an ensuite. You know what else is crazy, guys? Here in America, the AC units in houses are actually in the floor. Have a look at this. Freezing cold air is coming out of the floor, and the same again just over here. It's like it's just this freezing cold stream of wind on all these different little floor pieces. But this is where it just gets confusing. I don't understand how these houses are built here. It just goes round and round. We have a little outside porch here. We have this little corridor here where Paige is doing our washing right now, which has its own little fridge. And it just leads on and on. Have a look at this little 2-person coffee nook. You can sit here, have a nice cup of coffee, have your breakfast surrounded by nature. And then it just goes on. It just goes on and on and on. We have another bathroom, a full bathroom here, and another bedroom. It's just ridiculous. It looks like a tiny little cottage from the outside. It's just a maze of absolute class fitted with proper old-fashioned, tasteful furnishings. This house was built in 1918. And then, of course, in classic American style, we have the back porch. Look how incredible this is. We even have the water tower of Brunswick, Georgia, right there. We are surrounded by Spanish moss. We can sit out here with all the wildlife. Have a look at him. There's a grill here. We can have a cookout. And look at this ginormous garden with our very own Spanish moss tree. There are squirrels and lizards running everywhere. This place is enchanted. And this is all it looks like, guys. It's just incredible. It's just an absolute maze of a house. It's always in America we find houses built like this where they just seem to go on forever. And I bloody love it. How do you like your new house?
I love it. I'll be living here forever now. Well, at least 3 nights, because that's all the
It is so enchanting, guys. This is the oldest house we've ever stayed in, I believe so. It's just so unassuming from the outside. And this neighbourhood is just magical, guys. I am a huge fan of Spanish moss. It just feels so atmospheric, guys. It feels like old jazz and history, everything. New Orleans, Louisiana, very much the deep south, very much Georgia.
American houses look good until you realize that they're all made of wood. and if it catches fire, the whole thing is burning down quickly.
Now, I am British and I am currently in an American neighbourhood. This time it's a Boston neighbourhood. And I'm going to show you some of the differences between Boston and the UK. For a start, the colours are wild. This is a fall in America. Now, the last time I did an American neighbourhood, it was in the South in North Carolina, where the houses were all kind of single floors. Here, every house has 2 floors. So the houses seem bigger, but they are still made of wood. Now, remember the fire hydrants? These have flags on them. Now look at this. This is a newspaper. I think it's just been thrown on the driveway. If that was to happen in the UK, there'd be uproar. One thing I will say is it does feel a lot more British. I'm feeling like there's a bit of an English influence here. The weather for sure, because it is colder. We've still got the American flags. Can always guarantee. Every house is like something out of a Christmas movie. Like this should be on a postcard. Wait until you see this. This is a baseball field, just right by a neighbourhood. Look at that. This is bonkers. In the UK, this would be a football pitch. Sorry, soccer. When I've been in the South, I haven't seen a baseball pitch right next to a neighbourhood. So does that mean that baseball is better in the North? One thing I will say is it does feel a little bit more neighboury. Everyone seems like they live closer together. So I don't know if that means that people are more friendly or it's just a smaller state so they have to live closer together. That is my comparison of American neighbourhoods through.
Have you ever noticed how American houses can look completely normal to Americans, but absolutely fascinating to people from other parts of the world? For many visitors, the first surprise is the sheer size. American homes can have multiple bedrooms, large living rooms, garages, basements, attics, and sometimes even entire rooms that barely get used. Then there are the wooden houses. In many countries, people grow up seeing homes built primarily from concrete, brick, or stone. So seeing an entire neighborhood filled with timber-framed houses can leave visitors wondering, wait, people actually live in these? And then comes the heating and cooling. Americans often have central air conditioning and heating throughout the entire house. In other parts of the world, heating or cooling might be limited to individual rooms. Even the bathrooms can be surprising. Some visitors find American bathroom designs unusual, especially the large bathtubs and shower setups. But perhaps the biggest shock is the amount of space. Huge kitchens, walk-in closets, driveways, garages, front yards, backyards, and sometimes all of this for one family. What Americans see as completely ordinary can look incredibly different to someone visiting from another country. And that's the funny thing about traveling. You don't just discover new countries, you discover how unusual your own country can look through someone else's eyes. If you found this interesting, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. I'll see you on the next one.
Okay, so I've stayed now officially in my first home, proper home in America. And there's one thing that's kind of really, there's actually 2 things that have blown my mind. But this one is where there's like air vents in the house. Let me show you. Right, so see that up there? I'm going to say that's the AC. The amount of times that you guys would say to me, how on earth do you get cool in your house? And I was like, I just open a window. You know, that's my aircon. But I've got to tell you, it's genius. And I think it is brilliant. And I don't know why we don't have it in the UK. I mean, it'd be like 7:30 in the morning. I'm all stuffy and it's warm. And next thing I know, there's cool air coming down on me in the morning. And it just makes me feel comfortable again. So one of the best things that I've found coming to America is the fact that you do have AC in your homes. And now I want it. I don't think I can go back to my house and like, I've got to open a window and I can't control the temperature. This is going to be awful when I go back home. Opening my window and then I'm freezing cold, or I close the window and it's boiling hot. So having AC in your house, genius.
Does anybody in the USA want to adopt me as soon as possible? Because look at the price of an American house versus a British house. This is an average house in England. 400,000, 3 bedrooms, semi-detached. Look at it. It's nothing special. But then you have a look at the American houses for the same price. This is pretty much the exact same price. Look at it. Detached. 4 bedrooms, and look at the size of that. If that house was in the UK, it would be worth millions. So why is it that Americans practically have palaces for houses? Every time I've seen an American on my For You page, they have got a mansion. They've got the stairs that, you know, take up the whole hallway. It's luxurious. What are we doing in the UK? What are we doing? You can barely get a house here. You have to live in a cardboard box for your first house. Just can't wrap my head around the fact that Americans are getting a house of that size and that look for £400,000.
So you don't really see this in England. Well, in fact, I've never ever seen it. I love watching it unfold and taking shape. Let's go and have a look. It's these wooden houses. So here is the timber frame, and then it shows you the cladding going up over the top, and then finally the finished results. To me, I do think that these look quite beautiful and very American. So before I moved to Florida, I was told that the houses were made of wooden frames. I didn't believe it, but obviously I have been proven wrong, as these videos show this. I believe that in England only about 20% of the houses are made with wooden frames, and that is mainly new builds. You wouldn't see old houses built like this. One other thing that we found strange was in England, your house numbers go up in 2. So it would go number 2, 4, 6, 8 on one side, and then it would go 1, 3, 5, and so on the other. But the houses here that we've seen, the numbers are going up in 4s. So it would be house number 4, then house number 8, and so on. Is there a reason behind that? Please let me know.
You could tell straight away what's an American house and a UK house. If you see this fan, if you see this ceiling fan in someone's house, just know they're American. They're from the States, dude. I don't know if I've ever seen this fan in an English house, in a UK household. In fact, I know there's some rich people in the UK that probably have this in their house just for aesthetics. If you see this in someone's house, they're in the UK. They're in Great Britain. But there's a reason for that, because it's always cold. Like, even look outside. Oh, you can't even see. There's a green screen on the radiators. I have like 6 in this apartment. It's cold in the UK. Really and truly, without these in the winter, we're all finished. Icicles, penguins. I saw an American saying that everywhere in the UK looks the same, and now I believe it. I agree with them. This road here can be in Manchester, it could be in London, it could be in Birmingham, and so can this one. All the roads in the UK, 95% of the roads in the UK look the same. In the US though, I feel like everyone has detached houses. Even if you have a tiny house in the US, your house is still detached from the next person's. The bedroom. 80% of the girls that live in Essex have this exact room layout. The velour, the crushed diamond, I don't even know what you call it, the grey velour, the velvet. They all look like this. I've never watched a film, a reality TV show, I've never watched anything out of the US where they have this exact same bedroom layout.
So a few days ago, I had to move out of my apartment, and I'm now living in a house for the summer. I have this whole house all to myself. I've been here for a few days, and there is some major differences that I have noticed between American houses and British houses. And I'm going to show you some of them. Before I do that though, one thing I wanted to mention is in America, a lot of houses are only 1 floor or 1 story. You'd call it a story. And in England, we call 1-story houses bungalows. But bungalows is not a word that's used here at all. So if you're English watching this, it's a bungalow. But anyway, first thing, massive kitchen here, right? What do you notice? There's no washer and dryer. In houses in America, the washer and dryer is in a completely different room. In England, we have our washer and dryer in the kitchen. In an English house, these cupboards here, for example, would be replaced probably with washer and dryer. Now, this one surprised me. Plug sockets in the bathroom. Now, I understand it because it's easier for like drying your hair and shaving and things like that. But yeah, we do not have plug sockets in our bathrooms in England. Now, this next thing is something we don't have in England, but we honestly should. So you'll have the regular door here, right? And then there's this second screen door, which I'm assuming is to keep the bugs out if you want to get fresh air in. Yeah. But yeah, we don't have them in England. And they would definitely help during the summer. But yeah, that's the main things off the top of my head. I've got all this fucking room to myself. No furniture though. Bedroom's furnished, but no furniture in here, so I don't know what I should use this space for. Maybe have a little football tournament, a little 5-a-side in here. You get five-a-side in it easy. Yeah, let me know.
German's first time in the USA.
So your house is pretty nice, but I have a question. Is it true your walls are made out of paper?
No.
Are you sure it's only 10 centimeters wide?
Well, the house is wood and the walls are made of drywall.
Yes, but if I would punch in wall, it would make big hole, right?
Huge. Giant hole.
Exactly, and what is paper made out of?
Wood.
Exactly, it's not a stereotype, made out of paper. Wait, what is that? What is this cheese grater looking thing?
Oh, that right there is a vent.
Wait, is this an army radiator?
Yeah, sure. That's where the heat and the air conditioning come out of.
Wow, that is some army engineering.
So, would you like a tea?
Yeah, I'll take a Pfirsich tea. Peach, please.
All right, 1 tea coming up. So I drink tea every day.
Are you warming my tea up in the microwave?
Of course, that's the best way to do it. All right, here you go.
Tastes great.
Hey British people, come live in American houses. We have faucets where you can have hot and cold water at the same time. We also have this thing called central heating, where we don't rely on hot water moving around a metal radiator to warm up our homes. We also have basements with cute little dogs. Sorry, it's so messy. And in that basement are my favorite things. This huge washing machine, I could literally fit in it. And my most favorite, a dryer. It dries all my clothes. Also in the summer, we can crank our windows open like this and there's a screen so no bugs come in. That is pure luxury. And our light switches aren't on the outside of our rooms, no. They're on the inside. And again, one of my most favorite appliances, the freezer. It keeps things frozen for you, and on top of that, we always have an ice maker. Ice at your fingertips. Amazing. And look at the size of this fridge. Though. Why is everyone obsessed with Lurpak butter? There are a few things from American houses that Britain should adopt.
We have freezers.
Okay, bye!